with a key to forever. How Lee Min-ho's unforgettable gift to Kim Go-eun redefined the meaning of true love. In a world where love often gets lost amidst the noise of glitter and fame, where relationships are measured by headlines rather than heartbeats, one man, Lee Min-ho, decided to write a different story. A story not carved in gold, not sung by crowds, but whispered from one soul to another. A story where love is not a spectacle, but a quiet, everlasting symphony. And at the center of this beautiful love song is none other than the woman who has quietly captured the king's heart, the luminous, fiercely graceful Kim Go-eun. It was supposed to be an ordinary spring day in Seoul, with cherry blossoms gently raining down like confetti from heaven. But Lee Min-ho had planned something extraordinary, something no amount of fame or fortune could ever replicate. He had prepared a surprise so intimate, so profoundly moving, that even in the often cynical world of show business, it would be remembered as one of the most romantic gestures of all time. For weeks, he worked in secret, while filming, while traveling, while smiling at cameras, all the while weaving together pieces of his heart into something tangible, something Kim Go-eun could hold in her hands forever. Not a diamond necklace, not a luxurious car, not a designer gown or a five-star dinner under glittering chandeliers. Instead, he chose to give her something infinitely more precious. His memories, his devotion, and his dreams, all bound inside a single, breathtakingly personal gift. The gift, a book of silent love. On that fateful day, Kim Go-eun was invited by Min-ho's closest confidants to a private garden in the hills overlooking the city, a place fragrant with wisteria and lavender, a place untouched by paparazzi and prying eyes. There, under an ancient oak tree adorned with twinkling fairy lights, sat a small table. On it lay a single object, a book wrapped in pale pink silk, tied with a simple white ribbon. No cameras, no crowds, just the whispers of the wind and the sound of her own beating heart. Trembling slightly, Go-eun untied the ribbon and peeled back the silk, revealing a handcrafted leather-bound book. Its title, embossed in delicate gold lettering, read, "The Days I Loved You in Silence." As she opened it, her breath caught. Inside, page after page was filled with Lee Min-ho's own handwriting, not printed, not typed, but written in ink with his own steady hand. It wasn't just a love letter. It was a chronicle of his heart. He wrote about the first moment he saw her, the way the sunlight had caught in her hair like molten gold, the way her laughter had echoed in the empty rehearsal room like a bell calling him home. He wrote about the countless times he had loved her from afar, too shy to speak, too respectful to rush. He wrote about the small things, the way her nose crinkled when she smiled, the way she always picked at her food absent-mindedly when deep in thought. He confessed the nights he stayed awake thinking about her, the days when just seeing her name light up on his phone made him feel like he could fly. Every chapter was a memory, a promise, a testament. But the last page held something even more powerful. Pressed between the final pages was a small, antique key, old, ornate, and beautiful, with intricate carvings along the handle. And beneath it, in his unmistakable handwriting, was a short, heart-shattering message. "This is the key to our future. I built a place for us, a home where we can be ourselves, away from the world. When you're ready, use it to unlock forever. I'll be waiting at the door. Yours always, Min-ho Underscore." The secret house, a dream only for two. Unbeknownst to Go-eun, while the world thought Min-ho was busy with promotions and appearances, he had secretly been designing and building a home, not a mansion for show, but a warm, sunlit cottage tucked in the quiet embrace of nature. It had a garden where Go-eun could plant her favorite flowers, a cozy kitchen where they could cook together, a library where he had already placed her favorite books, and a music room where Min-ho had installed a grand piano just because he once overheard her say she wanted to learn how to play. Every detail, from the scent of the wood to the color of the walls, was chosen with her in mind. This was not just a house. It was a promise. A promise that no matter how crazy the world became, no matter how loud the fame or how heavy the burdens, they would always have a sanctuary, a place where their love could breathe and grow in peace. Her reaction: a love without words. Eyewitnesses who were discreetly stationed nearby said Kim Go-eun stood frozen for a long moment, clutching the book and the key to her chest, her entire body trembling with emotion. Tears streamed down her cheeks, silent, pure tears of joy. Then, without any hesitation, she turned on her heel and ran, not away, but straight into Minho's arms, who had been waiting in the shadows, giving her space to absorb the moment. When their eyes met, no words were needed. None could possibly capture the enormity of what was being felt between them. "You are my home," she whispered against his chest, voice thick with tears. "You always have been." Minho tightened his arms around her, burying his face in her hair, whispering promises meant only for her ears. And for a long time, they stood there, wrapped in each other, while the sun dipped behind the hills and the first stars began to appear in the indigo sky, witnesses to a love story more powerful than any drama they had ever acted in. The World Reacts, a love story for the ages. When news of the event leaked, fans around the world were left swooning, their hearts overwhelmed by the pure, authentic romance that Minho and Go-eun shared. Social media exploded with hashtags like #KeyToForever, #MinGoTrueLove, and #HomeIsYou. "I thought fairy tales were just stories," one fan wrote. But Lee Minho and Kim Go-eun have proven that real love, pure, patient, selfless love, still exists. Many insiders now believe that an official engagement announcement is only a matter of time. "Minho is a man who moves with purpose," said one of his closest friends. "When he gives someone the key to his heart, it's forever." He's not just planning a future with Go-eun, he's already living it. As for the two stars themselves, they remain characteristically private about their next steps, choosing instead to nurture their relationship away from flashing cameras and clamoring headlines. Because when you have something as rare and precious as what they share, you don't need to shout it to the world. You simply live it, quietly, boldly, forever.